Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers, and we're going to start a new project, and it's called Lilac and Lavender Dreams, and I think you're really going to like it. So far, this is just the very first part of the very first video, and so this is going to go over what we need so far. What we need so far are 2 manila folders, and we're going to need some envelopes. There's going to be an envelope stack inside. Yay! We're also going to make a small book, and that'll be fun too. This project is going to be a dream journal. Now, whether you keep track of your dreams or not, it doesn't have to be those kind of dreams, like dreams from your sleep. It could also be your dreams for yourself, for your future, goals, whatever you want to make it. So let's go over the kit real quick that we're going to be using. The kit is, like I said, it's called it's called Lilac and Lavender Dreams, and there's a little backstory to this. My friend Kyung made this kit, and her Etsy store is called Wonders by Wink, and I keep saying I'm sorry, I'll probably keep doing it. I have been having a bit of a trouble with the videos, as we all know, and I think I've resolved it, and so hopefully you will be able to see this better. So like I said, the kit is called Lilac and Lavender Dreams, and let me show you the kit. This is one of the pictures, and this is a set of the ephemera. These are 2x2 squares. Here's some more of the ephemera, and it's a really beautiful kit. Oh, I forgot to tell you the backstory. The backstory is that I was the 100th sale on Kyung's store on Etsy, and it just was by accident that we happened to know each other already. And so she asked me if there was something I would like to see as a kit, and I told her lilacs and lavender because those are 2 of my favorite flowers. Lilacs next to sunflowers, it's kind of a tie, are my favorites. And so she came back a few days later with a kit called Lilac and Lavender Dreams, and I was ecstatic. So here's some of the ephemera. These are really nice. I think you can see them. And here's some nice big envelopes for us. These cards will fit inside. And here's some more cards. And then we have some nice sayings by, there's one by Maya Angelou, there's Angelou, I'm sorry, and there's one by Mark Twain. There's also some blank ones for us to write in, which we will be using. And then here's some ephemera of some wonderful pictures of lilacs and lavender, and a wonderful lady holding some lilacs. And oh, here's another set of squares and rectangles. These, I think these are the cards for the envelopes, maybe. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Here's the Maya Angelou, one of her quotes, and then this one is by Aesop from Aesop's Fables fame. Now here are the main pages of the kit. Here's the one, this is one of the main pages. I've already trimmed the edges off, and here's some of the rest. It's a nice big kit. This one, I've actually created one that's inverted, so that when you fold it in half, this picture's on the front. And I will show you briefly how to do that. That is going to be in Publisher. Then there's this great picture. This is going to go good with the manila folder, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. And here's another page that I really like. Whoops, there you go. I always forget where to hold everything up. And here's some writing pages that we're going to use in our journal. And I think it's going to be great. Here's some music pages, the Lavender Girl and the Lilac That Grew by the Gate. And part of some book pages from some books with lilacs and lavenders as the topic. And here's another, some pictures in our book format, and some more with some writing space. And then here's our backing pages, which are all great. I especially like this one, and I like this one. I like them all, but these are really great. I love this one. And anyway, and there's some more backing pages. So that's that. And now for the rest of some of the things that you're going to need, I made, and you can probably see it better. Let me set this to the side here. I made some beautiful lavender dyed paper, and I think, let me put something white up against it so that you can see the difference. Oh, there you go. That's the best way to show it. And I used this making my homemade alcohol ink, which I can't reach the purple right now, so I will show you the brown. The recipe for this is easy. You just put as much alcohol ink in here as you want to have ink, and then you put as many drops of food coloring in as the color that you want to achieve. And then when it dries lighter on the page. And when you spray it, these little spray bottles are 6 for $9. This is the 3 ounce. You can get them on Amazon. And when you go to spray it, if you hold it back, it gives you this nice even. There's a couple little darker sprays, but if you hold it up closer, then you get quite a bit darker, and you get a little bit of the spots, which I like that too, but I wanted this to be very subtle. We're also going to use a little stamp kit. Now, I got this and I've been wanting to use it, and it's just a little kit with the individual letters. Here's the capital A. There's the capital A, and the little baby A, and the little baby A. And then, of course, it's got the numbers, exclamation point, question mark, parenthesis. Now, one in each direction. You can also, for some reason, it sounds like there's water running through my washing machine. You have to excuse me. It just kind of caught me off guard. You can see the style on the cover, or the lid. You see it right here. So it's kind of a nice little style. It isn't real formal. We don't want it real formal. And I got this on Amazon too, and I think it was only about $15. So that's a good deal. Comes in a wooden box. And so far, I think that's all I have written down that we're going to need. Of course, we're going to need more. Like I said, we're going to need some envelopes. It's going to be better if your envelopes are white on the inside. We're not going to use ink right now. I do have 2 set aside. I have shaded lilac, which is darker, and then I have milled lavender, which is very, very light. And we might use this around some of the papers, especially the little 2x2 squares, which I'm setting aside as a surprise. I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do with them. And so you might want to set those 2 aside, or something light like that. Now, the shaded lilac is fairly dark, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use this at all. But I'm not going to ink the folder, definitely. And like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to ink papers, but I will probably ink envelopes. Okay, well, that's it for this introductory part of the first video. And I'm going to put you on pause, and then we will come back with the beginning of the construction. Okay, we're back. This is the next part of video 1, and we're going to go ahead and start the construction of our project. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a manila folder, and I'm sacrificing this one because of course I've already cut one, but we're going to make it 8.5 inches high, and that's going to cut this tab off. Okay, so let's make it 8.5 inches high. Well, I guess that's not going to cut the whole tab off. I think what I did was I sacrificed this little guy. Let me look and see. I don't see a tab on there, but I do see that. So it looks like I cut it off even. Now you know I have notes, but in my notes is not this little part. So we're going to cut it off even. There we go. And now we have our little corner that we're not going to worry about. Oh, look, a little swirly thing. Those little swirly things that come off, that curl up, they make good parts of clusters. So we'll save that. Okay, so now we've got a manila folder that's 8.5 inches high, which is going to work out well with our kit papers, which once they're cut, they come out to, the reason I'm leaning forward is because I have this written down, they come out to 8 1/8. And so that'll give us a nice little border around the edges. We're not going to ink the folder, or I'm not. You're welcome to ink your folder if you like. What we are going to do is we're going to make a 3/8 inch gusset. Now on the folders you will see there are factory lines. And yes, when we make the gusset, it's going to make this not even anymore, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark with a pencil. It's easier to see. You're at the center, the factory center of the folder. You're going to go over one line, 2 lines, and you're going to make a mark. You're going to go down to the bottom. You're going to go over 1 line, 2 lines, and then you're going to make a mark. And the reason you're going to do that is so that you can see it on your scoreboard. Now we're going to put it on the scoreboard this way. Well, this way doesn't really work for us either, does it? I think I must have done it this way. Okay, now I have taken a magic marker and I drew a line, or I filled in one of the grooves all the way down on my scoreboard. And the reason I've done that is so that I can line up items that are not square up to the edge. So now if I line this top one up with the black groove, and I line this bottom line up with the black groove, then I know that it is straight. This works well with envelopes. Now I'm going to turn this a little bit. I do this when I draw as well. It used to get me in trouble at school when I would write. I used to sit sideways with my legs out in the aisle. Apparently teachers don't like that. Not really sure why. So we're scoring this on that second line. That'll give us our gusset. We're going to do this several times. We're going to press down firmly. When we get to this end, we're going to rock back. Now, I realize those of you that have watched several of my videos realize that I'm repeating this, but there could be people that are watching one of my videos for the first time. So we will accommodate. And we're going to fold on that score line. We're going to fold on that score line. We're going to burnish it, which means taking your bone folder and making it go flat, whether it wants to go flat or not. Then when you let go of it, you end up with a 3/8 gusset, which is also makes it look like a book spine. Okay? That's also going to make it uneven in the front. We don't care. We just don't care. That's all there is to it. We don't care. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is, like I said, no inking of the folder. We've got, I had mentioned it earlier, and I'm going to have a separate video on how I inverted this image so that this is not on that side, because I want to fold this when we make our book, and I wanted this to be the cover. So I will add on a small additional video and add it to the end of this one, and it will show you how I did that in Publisher. And this is the picture that I selected as my cover image, and I realized that it is longer. I'm going to have it wrap around, and then we're going to do something with these. These I probably will ink, and I'm going to use my milled lavender, which is the lighter of the two colors that I've set aside that we might possibly use on the papers. The other one is shaded lilac. Pretty sure I mentioned those in the first part of this video, and I'm pretty sure I showed you this already, but I just wanted to show it to you again, because that's the kind of gal I am. Now, I'm going to set this one to the side. Who knows? It may come in handy in the future. We never know. This video is part tutorial and part prototype. We're also ahead of time so that it has time to dry. We're going to make our inked papers, and what you're going to do, like I mentioned earlier, is this is the purple, by the way. This is how dark it is. You can see, let's see, against the white. You can see that it's not super dark purple. It's a lavender. Now, I could have sprayed it again several times, and I could have made it darker, but this is the color I wanted, and it just so happened it came out after the first try. Made me very happy. What you do is you take these pieces of typing paper and you lie them out flat on a surface that's protected, so you don't spray this on anything like your carpet or anything like that. This is rubbing alcohol and food coloring. Food coloring will stain everything and anything. It will stain your skin. Ask my little brother. I painted him green as the Hulk one year with food coloring, and he was green for weeks, even though he was scrubbing with soap that had little granules in it. Okay, so we got that. We're going to lay these out on a protected surface. We're going to stand back, and we're going to spritz it lightly. We're going to turn the paper over, repeat the process, let it dry. If you're happy with the color, clap your hands. Oh no, wait, that's something totally different. Bad joke number one. So if you're happy with it, then just let it dry and you've got color on both sides and you're happy. If you're not happy with it, then repeat the process and then flip it over and spray it again. Now, the closer you get, the better chance you have of getting something like this, which I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's a little bit of darker splatters. Now, personally, I'm not going to sweat it over this one. And there's a couple others. There's one like this that has a few splatters in the middle, a little bit darker spots. Yeah, I think you can see that on the camera. And that makes it homemade, folks. It's not supposed to be exactly perfect. Each page is meant to be individual and unique. So we're going to spray those, and we're going to leave them lay on the floor on our protected surface. I use an old plastic tablecloth. And then we're going to set all of that aside. Now, we're going to go back to our manila folder. We've got our gusset, right? And then that leaves us uneven for the cover. And the reason we're not going to sweat that is this side is going to have an envelope stack. Now, remember, we have the gusset, so that gives us space. If you look in here, we've got space. We got space to fill. All right? And we're going to fill it. So now, this is my plan. Obviously, these are too long. So we're going to have to cut them off. Underneath these, this is 2 check envelopes, the size that you would normally mail a check in if people still mailed checks. These are 3 business envelopes. This one is attached to the side of the manila folder, or it will be. These 2 are going to be attached to a 9x6 folder. So obviously all of these need to be cut down. I was going to cut his little head off anyway, so it doesn't bother me. So we're going to need to cut all 3 of these down to, I think I decided on 8 1/4. So let's go ahead and do that. Well, that's never going to work. Let's take this one. We're still going to need these clips. Let's take this one and cut it down to 8 1/4. And it doesn't matter which end you cut off. And we need to decide at some point soon whether we're going to glue them together to where they open on the top, or whether we're going to glue them together and then cut the side to make a side pocket, or whether we're going to glue them together, back together in this corner and across the top, and not make a pocket at all out of it. So I haven't decided these things yet, so I'm just going to cut them off and set them to the side. 8 1/4. And 8 1/4. Now, I agree that this may not work. I haven't done it yet. This is the first time I've done this. Oh, my dog is going insane because the UPS guy just came. 8 1/4. Because he always knocks on the door. You're not going to believe Amazon delivered to me via UPS dog poop bags. Now, why they paid UPS to send me rolls? I got one of those little dispensers and the rolls. Hold on just one second. I'm going to cover the mic. Oz. 1. I actually have my dog trained to 1, 2, 3 timeout. No, I don't think he's a person. Yes, that training worked, believe it or not. Oh, we're going to... He may try again. He's in there going, woof. We are going to save these. You never know. You never know what we're going to do with them. We may cut them apart and just use them. We may make little notebooks out of them. They'd make perfect little matchbooks, wouldn't they? You'd fold this up Make a matchbook. Maybe make a narrow one. We don't know. Set it aside and save it. So now what I'm thinking is we're going to build this off of, not attached to, the manila folder yet. So that means we're going to take one of these and these two check envelopes, and we're going to set them to the side because they're going to be attached to the manila envelope. Now, I haven't really decided all this. We're just going to try it. Now, if we... Oh, actually, it probably did matter which one we cut off, because now one is going to be... Oh, no, it's not. I lied. Never mind. Erase that thought. So now we've got these, and we're going to attach them to the back of this folder. But we may want to work on this folder first, because we may want to wrap things around it. I haven't decided yet. So I actually had as the steps on here assembling this side, which wouldn't really hurt anything, but I think I'm going to hold off on that and go ahead and end this video here while I decide what order I'm going to do things in. Now, if we put these on, then whatever we put on here, maybe we'll add some envelopes and make pockets. Maybe we'll do something else. But then we can't attach anything to the sides because these envelopes will already be here and they'll be in the way. Okay? So we do want to keep track of what we're doing. So let's label these left and right. Left and right. What is this hair attached to? One of my hairs, which is getting way too long, is hanging out on my hand warmer. So we've got this here and we've got this here. So what do we want to put on the inside, and what do we want to make these into? Now, we could, if we weren't going to put anything here that gets in the way, we could make pockets out of this part. If we make a pocket down the top, then we can only make a pocket this wide. So we lose this part of the width. If, however, we put glue across the top here, just from here to here, and then we cover with paper, and then we trim this edge. When we cover it with paper, we can glue it all the way over, and then this side pocket can be the full width of the envelope. So that is usually the better way to go. Doesn't mean it's the only way to go or the right way to go. It's just the better way to go. So these are things that you want to think about when you're doing a build. I also, like I said, need to decide. I could take a couple of these check envelopes and cut them off and stack them to make pockets. But I've done that several times, and I'm not sure that I want to do it again. I would like to do something new. So I'm going to think about that as well. And I would like for you to think about it as well. Feel free to leave your comments below this video and tell me what you think that you would maybe do at this point. You do want to keep in mind that these envelopes are going to be here. when you're building. And so don't forget that part, even though we're not going to attach them yet. Okay? Okay. That's going to be all for this video. Remember, you're going to have this giant writing card that you're going to be able to put in the top here and slide down. And you're going to be able to make a pocket. I just thought of that. Behind as well. So we'll make a double pocket out of this. Okay? We got that part decided. So I will see you in the next video. And that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Bye-bye.